Hey everyone, so a lot of you have already seen my little time-lapse video that I recorded last week, and some of you asked if I could explain or show a little tutorial video on how I managed to make that little time-lapse video. No problem, that's what this video is going to be all about. First off, to get the footage I needed, I took my little pocket camera that I have been using a few years back for vlogging, and I've set it to 1080p, 30 frames per second. I went on location and shot about 5 minutes per location, because I'm actually using a technique to speed up video footage instead of recording in time-lapse the way it normally should have been. I had to do a little calculation, and with 5 minutes of footage I could go back to about 10 to 12 seconds of footage. The reason I shot at 1080p, I will come back to that later. So when I got home, I imported the footage onto my computer, and that's where I'm going to switch over now to Kdenlive so I can show you the rest. Alright, we're in Kdenlive, and I'm going to be importing the footage that I shot for the actual time-lapse itself. And there we go. Now, on top you're going to see that my editing profile is 720p. As I told you, I recorded at 1080p, so we're going to switch profiles in this case, only for the first time, not for the second sequence I'm going to show you later. And it's pretty easy actually. You just drag your footage to the timeline, add effect, motion, speed. Now to get from about 5 minutes to 10 to 12 seconds, we're going to need a speed up percentage of 2500%. There. As you can see in the playback monitor, 11 seconds, 29 frames. If you go on 30 frames per second, that would be exactly 12 seconds, because you'll start counting from 0. Now what I did here was, per clip, I would use this trick and then render it out into an MPEG-4 video format. I wasn't changing any of the settings for this, so it would basically be the default stuff. Then pick render to file, and then save it per file, so I can re-import it later for the actual other time-lapse stuff, the zooming stuff. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. Alright, so after you've rendered out all the clips that have been sped up, it's time for the next step. At least I had to do it in these 2 steps, because my computer simply isn't that fast and doesn't have enough memory to pull the trick off in one go. So the next thing I did was import the footage that was sped up, whatever you want, into Kdenlive. I'm going to do one clip again, because my computer is going to instantly choke if I do all. But I'm going to show you guys on one clip what I did, and you probably get the idea. So re-import the footage. Now in this case I want to stay on the 720p profile for editing, so I'm going to cancel this one out, and there we have the footage. Drag it to the timeline again, and enlarge the timeline a bit so you can see some more. Then basically what you do is right click, add effect, and in this case you want to go with crop and transform, and then pan and zoom. If you are running on Windows and using another editor, if you can both speed up your footage and use this trick like pan and zoom, you can basically do the same trick as I did. Now the difference between 1080p footage and 720p footage is about 1.5, so what I did was, there's always a keyframe at the start of this filter. Go to the end, add another keyframe. This is basically where you're going to play around with the settings to see what is good. In this case I would go to the start, keep it on 100%, then go to the end frame and change the size to 150%. I'm gonna resize the preview window so you can see what happens. The yellow boundary is basically the complete image file, and because I recorded at 1080p, if you render it out like this, the image will stay sharp. If I would have used 720p with the zooming, it wouldn't have looked as good as it did. Now I started out at 100%, which is the complete frame, and basically what I did in the time-lapse video was use these icons and I place it loosely. You can do that, as you can see, but what I did was basically center it and then point it to the right. That gives you a little bit the idea of zooming and the slider effect. At least because the water and the clouds are moving, it gives you that idea. At least when I was watching it, I was like, what? I didn't even pan it, I just zoomed it. But while using that, and I can give you a quick preview on that and you can see what happens. I can't play it back because my computer will choke again. And that's basically how it's done. So what I did afterwards, I'm gonna close Kdenlive for that and come back with a screenshot. Yep. Because if I would have loaded the complete, no, if I would have loaded the complete project while recording, it would have instantly showed. So what I did was take a screenshot of the complete project I used. Full screen. Now what you see here, you can't see my face unfortunately. There we go, yeah, you can. At the bottom you see that all the clips are nicely stacked. So per clip I imported them all, placed them on the timeline, did the pan and tilt effect, played around with the settings to get it just right, and then I had another clip, another clip, another clip. These little yellow blocks in between are little crossover dissolve, which I used because if you speed up the footage from 5 minutes to 10 to 12 seconds, the end tends to go a little bit jokey, a little bit, it just stops. It wouldn't look right if you would render it out file after file. So that's why I made a crossover. And simply at the end what you see are 7 layers of the end title, which is basically just to show my credits to for the music that I used and stuff. But yeah, this is basically how I managed to make the time-lapse video I did, and I hope you guys get a little bit idea out of this. I want to ask you, if you followed along and you know your video editor can do such the same things as Kdenlive can do, like the speed up effect and the pan and tilt, I have a tiny challenge for you. If you want, shoot a little time-lapse video for yourself, like 1 minute as I did before, and upload it to YouTube and link it into the description. Unfortunately, video responses are turned off by YouTube nowadays, so you can't post it as a video response. So if you want and you are able to do it, please post it in the video comments below, and I will watch it back and give my thoughts on it. So that's it, and you guys are gonna see me in another video again. Bye bye.